Is standing by, looking regal.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
Happy
Good
New
morning.
Year.
Happy New Year, Sally. Happy New Year, Chiko Dinaka.
Happy New Year.
Thank you very much. Happy New Year, Nigerians, and welcome to Kakaaki Social, brand new edition of Kakaaki Social in the year 2019. We made it, guys. Huh? Okay, so let's take a look at what are the issues for today. Well, we'll be taking you through a recap of 2018. We'll be bringing you some of the top issues that trended in the Nigerian social media in the year 2018. And of course, I'm not going to be doing it alone this morning. Joining me this morning on the show is no other but journalist Mercy Abank.
Happy New Year, Ohimai.
Happy New Year, Mercy.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Thank
you
you
for coming on the show this morning. So guys, we're going to be having a special edition of Kakaaki Social, like I've said already. So we'll be taking you through some of the big issues that trended in 2018. First, let's take a look at this issue, Mercy. Snake in the morning shadow. Okay.
I think that was a very interesting and funny story that, happened at JAM.
Exactly.
Which was rather embarrassing. It exposed, the activities at the civil service level. And for someone to actually come out and say that snake swallowed
36 million.
That was a lot of money for the snake. Let's start with that.
Let's go on to the next slide.
It was very funny.
It was very interesting. Strange snake swallows 36 million naira cash in JAM office. This was one story that broke the news headlines in 2018. But what has been the development about this? What's the latest? Was the snake finally found? Was the snake killed? What exactly happened?
It clearly was not a snake. It was a human being that took out the money. Let's be really frank. Really. It doesn't make sense.
Let's take a look at the next slide. I think there's a tweet from a Twitter user, Abubakar Mohammed Kareto, tweeting at Kareto said, "Nothing is impossible in Nigeria. If rodents can sack Buhari from his office in Aso Rock, and snake can sneak into an office and swallow 36 million. I'm afraid we may wake up one day and be told that our TSA money has been eaten by termites."
I think it was an era between snakes and rats.
Exactly.
At some point, I was wondering what the next,
next
rodent was or animal was to swallow.
Yeah, and Dapchi girls, the kidnap of 104 girls in their school in Yobe State. This made the headlines in 2018. And let's go on to the next slide. And actually, there's a video from Professor Ishak Akintola of Murik, where he said something about this issue. More than 100 Nigerian girls feared kidnapped after Boko Haram stormed school. This was from the UK Telegraph. But let's take a look at that video from Professor Akintola very quickly. This was a video courtesy of Sahara Reporters where he urged President Muhammadu Buhari to secure the release of Leah Sharibu, the only Christian girl that was kidnapped by Boko Haram and yet to be released. Let's take a look at this short video very quickly. You can watch it here too.
Section 38, subsections 1 and 2 of the 2011 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria stipulates that every Nigerian shall be guaranteed freedom of worship. In particular, freedom to manifest, freedom to practice, and freedom to manifest his or her faith. Calling on the federal government that no amount of pressure is too much to put on Boko Haram to secure the release of this one girl. You see, even if the whole of Nigeria is made up of Muslims, a population of 93 million people. If all the 93 million people are Muslim, and only one girl, that one girl is a Christian, the whole 93 million have no right to compel her to change her religion. Nigerians should see the difference between gymnastic criminality and genuine practice of religion. There are Muslims, millions of Muslims in Nigeria who are friendly. People like Boko Haram and its followers, they are criminals. We disown them. They are not Muslims. They are not practicing our Islam. This thing that you believe in, that women should not be educated, but it is in the Quran that everybody should read, not only men.
The issue of Leah Sharibu is very quite sad. I mean, depressing. To think that up till this moment she's still in Boko Haram captivity and Nigeria has not been able to do anything significant to secure her release.
I mean, the current government keeps repeating. I mean, the last time I heard Alhaji Garba Shehu insisting, the spokesman to the president, insisting that Leah Sharibu will be released, and they're already negotiating about that. I don't know how far they've gone. but it's I don't know, it's disturbing.
Very disturbing.
And after the election, if that, I am afraid that if she's not released now, after the election, really the pressure might not be as much as
let's look at this. Okay, this was the year of transmission too. Mercy.
I think it's likely, you know, a medical issue, really.
I'm trying to excuse. The police has not come out to really tell us that. I'm not a doctor,
but I'm trying to excuse that.
Let's take a look at the next slide, the video. There's actually a, okay, they couldn't bring us that video, but you remember this one from Ekiti. I'm in pains.
I mean, Fayose is a very dramatic person.
No, hold it there, Mercy. Let's take it. I think there's a video here. Let's go on and take a look at that video of that very dramatic, historic moment. Fayose cries on national TV, says, I'm in severe pains. Let's take a look at that video very quickly.
They are not picking our calls. They made up their minds. I am in pain. I am in severe pain. I can't touch this neck anymore. If anything happens to me, the Inspector General of Police should be held accountable.
The drama of 2018. I don't think we're ever going to see such drama again in Nigerian politics. Maybe, but who knows?
It has been from one week to another week on social media. There's been something that takes people, you know, and the Fayose video is another very, very, you know, I mean, the police gave him another reason to perform his, you know, his usual, which is almost similar to what is, you know, going on at the moment at Dino Melaye's residence as well.
Very, very interesting. Okay, on the foreign scene, it was the royal wedding. Of course, the royal wedding shut down the social media. Let's take a look at this short video and we come back again to this issue of the royal wedding. Let's take a look. The royal wedding trended in 2018, but it wasn't just that royal wedding that trended. Something else trended. You remember this Nigerian guy who was said to have worn the same wedding costume that Prince Harry wore for his wedding? You remember that guy, Mercy?
Right. I think this I was very emotional during the wedding. Then Ohimaya and Tessie. They found a way to make it their day as well. Really?
Now you go on to the next. I didn't plan it, guys. In 2014, when I was wedding, my wife, a fashion designer, made a similar costume like what Prince Harry wore for his wedding. It was just coincidental. We didn't know Prince Harry would choose a similar costume. Let's go on to the next slide and take a proper look at this issue. Was on Instablog, was trending. People attacked me, people commended me. It was, of course, social media.
Yes.
These are the two costumes. It was in 2014. This was in 2018. My wife saw the future. Okay, let's go on. Let's go on, please, and take a look at the NAS invasion, which was also what trended in 2018. It was a very interesting moment as security officials staged the siege at the National Assembly. Let's take a look at this video, which is embedded here. That captures a moment at Boma Goodhead. Remember Boma Goodhead?
Actually, that was my first encounter with her. You know, I felt like it felt as though there was nobody that was standing up to, you know, what was going on. And she just had to step into the place and she stole the entire show. Them.
Let's take a look at the video very quickly.
Bullet. And Nigerians shall face you. I dare you to shoot this bullet. You cannot come and go back to your station. Go back to your station. You cannot come here and embarrass us and also oppress us here.
The same people we are fighting for.
Was it the same thing Jonathan did to Buhari? If Goodluck had done this, would Buhari have become a president? You cannot do this to us. You start shooting at us. Have you heard? Have you heard? You come here with back space. You come here with bullets in your DC to intimidate you. Enough is enough in Nigeria.
Enough.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we're seeing this.
We really hope something like
across-
this never happens again.
across-
Of course, Dara, the
across the
DG of the SSS, got axed for this. And we didn't really hear what happened after that. Is he going to be prosecuted? Or?
I mean, you don't forget that this story led to the arrest and detention of Samuel Ogundikpe for even reporting it in the first
Exactly, for
place.
reporting something about it in the first place. I remember that story. But it was also the year of NSAS. How can we forget?
Yes, absolutely.
Nigerian youths came together and said, enough is enough. It was a big, powerful movement on social media.
It was very powerful.
And the Nigerian government was forced to respond to the desires of the Nigerian youths. And Vice President, then acting President, Yemi Osinbajo, asked that the police IG overhaul SARS and...
I don't think enough has been done, but again, the pressure needs to, they need to keep up the pressure.
They need to keep up the pressure,
And
yeah.
shout out to all the people that kept pressing on.
Of course, Sega Awosanya, who was like the arrowhead behind the NSAS movement.
Pushing for change.
He did a great job mobilizing a lot of young people.
I'm sure that change will come. I'm sure it will come. But we're
believe
not
so.
there yet. But
We are not there yet.
let's be hopeful.
We still hear reports of police brutalizing people.
and
And
harassment.
even now, you see cases where it's not even the army.
Yes, yes.
Oh. Well, this issue was big in 2018. NYSC certificates.
I mean, it's an interesting story for the year. And the fact that it took a while, the pressure also online at some point. I feel she was, you know, she at some point it got to a point she felt, you know what, I am Kemi Adeosun, I need to step aside.
I need to step aside.
Don't forget that she too also is also involved in this scandal.
Yeah.
He's still at the federal cabinet meetings.
Exactly.
He's still a minister. Nothing has changed. Nothing has happened. No statement from the presidency. The president hasn't said
And
anything.
she just quietly eased herself out of the system. She disappeared from the scene. Nobody knows
at
where
some point
she's
you
gone
have to respect yourself. I have
Okay.
to say that.
NYSC gate, and it was also the year of Agbada banking. Okay. I didn't say anything, no. Mercy.
No, this is really embarrassing. You don't take all of that, you know, it's obvious what has happened.
What happened?
And how we're looking the other way. And how, I saw a report yesterday where the president said any thief would be arrested, anybody who steals will be arrested. But when
there are videos of people who have done things and nothing is happening.
You turn a blind eye. Don't forget there's also a promise of 5 million votes. I don't know where they're getting 5 million.
From Henry Sheed, we saw this tweet, that Ganduje's Agbada should be on display in our National Museum. Generations unborn should hear about that Agbada. Okay, let's move on very quickly.
You're wearing an Agbada as well.
It's just
I hope
it's
there's
just a
nothing hidden
coincidence.
inside.
Nothing, no. I don't.
Are you sure?
I don't carry dollars around. I don't
Okay.
even have that capacity, please. Okay, it was also the year we saw the fallout between Tinubu and his godson, Ambode.
That was very funny. I mean, given the fact that he came out and he said he was really angry, visibly upset, and said, you know what, this guy carries fake dollar around. He was arrested for this. And the next day he came out and said, oh, you know what, I'm good. You guys should vote for him. It was just,
interesting.
It shows you the politics of
and
Nigeria.
I think it was also interesting to know that Obasanjo had something to say about this. From Twitter user Shen Wadebajo shared this video. Baba's thoughts on Ambode and Tinubu as at the day of our interview. You can check out the full interview, put the link there. Let's take a look at this video, a short video that shows what OBJ had to say about the Tinubu and Ambode impasse. Let's take a look.
Ambode, as at today, I don't know what has become his fate, but whatever it is, I believe he will run his term as governor of Lagos to complete his first term.
And finally, the last name we have for you is Tinubu.
Bola is supposed to be the leader of APC. I don't know what is the position of his leadership as you and I are talking.
Mercy, what we know at least, we know that Ambode is not coming back as governor of Lagos State, at least.
Yeah, clearly, that was obvious. Any politician that doesn't own his structure doesn't have any faith for.
Exactly.
It's whatever the Godfather decides that becomes.
But does this say something about Lagosians? Lagos is supposed to be an elitist, cosmopolitan society where people are supposed to be quite
and very woke,
advanced. But what we've seen is a case of one person, one political godfather, dictating the pace of the political process.
I think there's a lot of apathy in Lagos that a lot of people don't see. I have observed elections in Lagos. I've never seen a place where people just stay back at home and just sleep and just let it go for, you know, the Agberos to run the show and all of that. So the apathy in Lagos is embarrassing for the number of people that are in Lagos, about allegedly 20 million. But when elections happen in Lagos, you don't see the feel that Kano presents as much as what Lagos is giving to the center.
Exactly.
So it's
and one interesting, one interesting thing again, 2018 was a year of defections. We saw the Saraki Dogara exit from APC.
Naturally, it's an election year.
It was a long time coming. Eventually it happened. But what I don't seem to really quite understand is how much impact is that really going to play in terms of chances for the PDP in 2019? Those defections we've seen, high-profile defections, is it really going to count?
That's a very interesting question. I don't know how much the defections will count or how much they matter, but it's now a fact that the National Assembly is now controlled by the opposition party as a result of the defections. But for the general elections, at the moment, there's been a lot of crackdown that is going on. Don't forget the vote buying thing that is going to be much more on a more higher proportion than 2015.
Precisely.
It's clear that the political elite are just saying, you know what, we're just going to give you 5,000 naira, then you vote, and you know, you show us your voter's card, and you take the money and walk away. We've seen it in Ekiti, we've seen it in Oshu. So it's about who has the highest money bag.
Well, let's take a look at sports. Nigeria is really never complete without football.
This was hard. 2018
was, it was high and low. It was just come see, come serve for Nigeria. Let's take a look at this video that shows the students of Unilag. I think this video was from Comsa Unilag that shows them celebrating that moment Nigeria beat Iceland 2-0 at the World Cup last year. Let's take a look at the video. And football.
Football unites us. It's just a good thing. It was lovely to see how far and Musa came through for Nigeria. Musa came through for Nigeria.
And of course, as we wrap up the conversation this morning, Leah Sharibu is Kakaaki Social Person of the Year 2018.
I'm happy to hear that.
She's our Person of the Year. We know we think we have an idea of what she's probably going through right now. We just want to say that she has not been lost. She has not been forgotten. You are in our hearts, Leah Sharibu. We're praying for you. The entire nation, Nigerians are watching. We're monitoring the situation closely. We are putting pressure on the government, and we believe that one day you'll be out of captivity and you'll have the opportunity to tell that experience, and you'll also become a leading light to others who might find themselves in such difficult circumstances. Leah Sharibu is Kakaaki Social Person of the Year 2018. And on this note,
government needs to act fast.
Government needs to act fast.
Every second in that camp counts.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Mercy, for joining me this morning.
I wish you a better 2019.
Thank you very much. Okay, viewers, this is where we draw the curtain this morning on Kakaaki Social, first edition of the year. A recap of the issues that trended in 2018. We couldn't possibly go through everything. Lots of issues trended. But at this point now, I have to hand you over back to Salamatu and Chiko Dinaka.
Interesting views from Nigerians.
That's
and
right.
Quite good also to see that Leah Sharibu is making it to the Person of the Year on Kakaaki Social. But however, just today on the national dailies, on one of the national dailies, it was a call for the release of Leah Sharibu from her parents, asking the federal government that it is yet another new year without their child, and they want her back.
We all want her back. All Nigerians, we want her back.
I think Leah Sharibu remains a symbol to indicate the kind of sufferings that girls, women, the female gender have to endure in the face of the insurgency in the Northeast.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Ohimai.
Thank you very much, Salamatu.
Have yourself a beautiful morning.
All right.